I brought in the fire elemental tonight to welcome in Aries season, to bring in that element to help us to continue to dry out from a waterlogged Pisces season, all of the emotion, all of the flow, all of the dips, but moving into a season of action, of movement and growth. And so I'm ping-ponging between the fire, and then you can't see it on my little breakfast tray. I got all the flowers tonight. If you saw my post earlier today, welcoming in the spring blooms and the various stages of growth. And so with that, I got a little metaphor from Metatron that I wanted to share with you guys about a metaphor that I've been getting from Metatron leading up to the new moon, but also just the equinox, spring, and planting season. So I have here my little pot, and I have a packet of seeds of wildflowers. And you know, everyone has different practices with the moon cycles. You may have something very specific that you do around the moon cycles, or maybe just sort of journaling, setting intentions. The new moon, of course, we're working with what we want to bring in new, what we're manifesting, the things that we're wishing to call in. So as we do that, Metatron showed me this act of planting and the idea of, if you were to write down some of the things that you wish to bring into your life, the things that you are planting in your life, that you could actually plant, take that piece of paper and bury it into the ground, and then actually add seeds to that and literally plant something into the ground, into a pot, really taking the action of setting that intention and then having the follow-up of nurturing and fostering that growth, and really bringing to the front of your mind each time you care for that seedling that you are fostering the growth of these wishes, these intentions that you have been setting that you wish to bring in. So I had posted here in the event earlier today, bring your weeds and bring your seeds, because that's about what are we weeding out as we prepare our gardens, our spiritual gardens, our spring gardens for growth in the new season. We're turning over the soil, we're pulling out the weeds. So what do those weeds represent to you? Are they old patterns, limiting beliefs, habits, or people, places, things, situations that are no longer serving, that you're really going to clear and prepare the area for planting? And then you're going to very mindfully set the intention for the things that you do want to bring in and have welcomed into. And you can use this new moon on Tuesday, new moon in Aries, or throughout the spring equinox happening tomorrow. There's just so much happening that you can really work with this energy of planting and bringing in the new. And so I do not have green thumbs, and I am notorious for killing my plants. So I'm really going to take a chance on this, and I am going to write down some things that I want to bring forward into my life in this next season, and I'm going to plant them with the wildflowers, and I'm going to commit to caring for those wildflowers and really being mindful about bringing it to the front of mind. We've been talking all month about the March words of contemplate, right? Elevating our thoughts, contemplating joy, and then being able to cultivate that, really sit with that and really lead with the joy, and be in that place of shifting from a negativity bias in our mindsets when it comes to, you know, being in a place where we might jump to assuming the worst, or having that sort of a negative idea of saying, I kill every plant that I, you know, that kind of a thing, and shifting from that and saying, I can do this. I can commit to this little pot or that little patch out in my flower bed to really have that act of planting. So I'm not, but Merlin is the other energy I'm bringing in as well. I'm really feeling that connection, of course, to earth energy, to the nature spirits, and to bringing in all of these ideas, all of this magical manifestations that we want to bring forward, and planting them, grounding them into practical ways, mindful steps that we can do. And I like to say, Aries season, this is my first time saying it for the season, get your rams in a row, right? We're getting our rams in a row. We're lining things up to take actions. So it's a long time coming. You know, some of us are coming here to the table, like I said, very waterlogged, having come through a heavy season perhaps, or being in a long period of inactivity, or being stuck in a place where we're not sure which way to go. So I am bringing in the Merlin energy tonight, and also just color as well. So of course we have the gorgeous orange energy for the fire. This is actually like really awesome. It's like an ombre kind of shade there to bring in the flame energy. And we have the gorgeous two-tone of the greens and blues. The Queen of the Moon Oracle, asking for some overarching energies for us collectively for this new moon, a message here about working with the energies of this new moon, what it is bringing in for us on the other side, the new that is coming in. So let's see here. No comments, guys. Card here for us. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, you bring the fire, we got the fire. This is a saucy one, guys. Take it all in. Wow, look at that fire. Heat. Take it all in. It's extremes is what it says. And you can see here, that is so perfect, because I was just saying about the extremes. Every card, every intention for each day was bringing up two cards. So there's this duality, there's these extremes, there's these polarities going on right now. And it's Aries season, and there's a whole lot of other astrological aspects at play, that another part of this time out, another part of this stepping back, is looking at the collective and the things that we're going to be seeing play out on the big stages, because all of this fire is coming in hot and in extremes. And so, you know, collectively, the work that we're each doing, the seeds that we're each planting, our gardens that we're tending to, is all, Angela's here for it. Thank you. You like this card? It's awesome, because it's really speaking to this element of fire, and how we can choose to use fire in a destructive way, or we can use it in a constructive way, right? And that decision starts with each of us on the individual levels. Oh, we're getting a Billy Joel reference. Oh, yes, and that had to come from Angela, because I know that's our song. I don't know why I go to extremes, right? I run hot, right? And then other times I'm like just chilling with my mudra, just receiving, right? Perfect, because we are going to be seeing things heating up collectively. However, we have a lot of power that we're wielding right in each of our own gardens, talking about not feeding the weeds. We don't feed the weeds. The more energy that we put into the extremes, the more that pervasively comes into our gardens and affects our space, right? So this is a beautiful opportunity for us to really focus on not getting all up in all of that, time out, mindful of minding my garden, minding my own garden and what all I got going on over here. Once I yield this beautiful, bountiful harvest, I'm going to share. I'm going to share with all the neighbors. And in so doing, it's that beautiful ripple effect of the difference that I am making right here where I am, despite whatever extremes we see going on around us. So it's Hot Moon Extremes, and it's card 34. So I'm actually going to look real quick in the book and see what else she has to say, because it definitely feels very relevant to these energies. So the mantra is, I handle extremes with grace, yet I seek balance in all things. So yes, how am I going to experience this thing? And so we have this opportunity to learn how to handle the crises with calm and resilience, seeking balance in all things, above and beyond seeking extremes. That there are better ways to handle conflict than rage and outrage. There may be someone who seeks to disrupt your business or life in some way. This too shall pass. Because if I'm keeping it tight and right over here in my garden, then I'm taking those steps. for Tuesday of the potential blocker challenge, and this is cool because it's water. It's embodiment of cups, so it's King of Cups versus the hot moon. So we have the cool energy here of the water, and then we have the heat of the moon with this Aries energy coming in. Let it roll off your back. That's what I'm getting there. Let it roll off your back. We have this balance between the fire and the water, and really, again, being able to pick that place of grace and holding that place despite whatever's going on. So there is that energy of the volatile, you know, the heat rising and the extremes. So I'm feeling that unfolding here as we move through the week.